Hey fire signs, what's up? This is going to be for you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Let's get some messages from your ancestors to see what type of messages they have for you, okay? We're going to get an overall message from the Psychic Tarot here. Then we're going to clarify those messages with the Santa Muerte Tarot, and we maybe even double up the clarification with I think it's the African American Tarot. I'm not sure the name of it, but I have those all linked down below. So let's see what your ancestors have to say, what messages and advice they want to give you. This is for all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What messages do we have for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius? All right, my loves, let's get into it. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. What are the messages? See if we get one more. All right. Okie dokie wokey. Under the deck, we have patience and planning. I do get like the Two of Wands from this. This is just kind of like taking the time out to kind of see what path you're going to go down. It is a number 7 on the card. 7s are spiritual for me, and not just for me, but it is a spiritual number. Has a spiritual connotation to it. So there's like certain spiritual lessons that are being learned perhaps for you fire signs, where you're having to have patience and really in choosing the path that you are trying to embark down. Okay, you may have been suffering in silence, going through a period of transformation even, and we do get this Tower here in the middle with this disruption, so some type of Tower moment for you. But the first card out was deception and envy, another 7, learning things about the people around you, the certain circumstances and situations. People maybe be envious and jealous of you, using sneaky and deceptive tactics in being, you know, in connection with you and how they're relating to you. Maybe waking up to this fact. This is another 7. This 16 breaks down to a 7. So definitely some type of spiritual lessons at play for you fire signs. Obstacles and challenges. So yeah, you've been faced with drama, different challenges that have come up, and you've really had to have patience as you go through this suffering, so to speak, of trying to figure out, you know, what path that you're going to go down. But let's clarify this deception and envy for you. What is deception and envy for the fire signs? Please show me deception and envy for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. What is deception and envy? I can't shuffle today, you guys. Something's going on with my cards. Let's try this one more time. What is deception and envy? Lots of drama surrounding you, okay? That's what it looks like and it feels like. What else do we have for deception and envy? So we have the 5 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, and the 9 of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. Something has definitely been a burden. You have been going through some challenges, suffering, okay? Could be some karma that you are trying to settle, some type of karmic justice that you're trying to settle, a karmic person, a partner, even with this 7 of Swords, but definitely a lot of deception here. But your ancestors want you to know that you're going to have this willpower, this control, and certain determination to move things forward and move away from all of this, if you haven't already. And and choosing a path to go down. But this Five of Pentacles is definitely, you know, feelings of loss, regret, feeling out in the cold about something, feeling rejected, abandoned. It could even indicate some sort of lack mentality, feeling lack in certain departments or areas in your life. Could for some of you be where someone was being deceptive around you when it comes to money. Maybe they were in some type of impoverished type state when it comes to their finances or their material possessions or world in some degree, and maybe was attaching themselves to you in some type of way when it comes to money. For some of you, it's in a family situation with this Ten of Cups. Someone may have even deceived you in making you think that there was going to be this happily ever after. This person was your wish fulfillment. But essentially this person was lying, was being deceptive. We did even see again that Seven of Swords was really being deceptive and sneaky about things, and it caused you a lot of burden. Okay, for some of you it has something to do with a marriage with this Justice card, Ten of Cups. Someone being deceitful within a marriage or a family unit, and again for even pretending to be what would be your wish fulfillment, or speaking about a long-term happiness with you or having that with you, but just to attach themselves to you because they lacked money in some type of way. Nine of Pentacles, again, this is maybe someone who essentially spoke of, you know, that happily ever after, having a happy family together, but they were just lying because they really wanted to be single. But again, this is them seeing you, being envious of you, with this deception and envy, being envious of you because you are someone who is very independent and self-sufficient, excuse me, and has done well for yourself very in the financial area of life, in the material area of life. This is someone who has their own home, drives a nice car, has a good career, maybe even a business, but this is someone who's very self-sufficient and is able to give to others because of how well they've done for themselves. And someone was in, you know, struggling with their money with this Five of Pentacles. Let's get a couple more messages from the other tarot here. See what comes out. But yeah, this was a burden. This is a cycle that you're trying to end here with this Ten of Wands, even the Ten of Cups. Even though the Ten of Cups, you know, typically is a good card, it's still a 10, and it's like you're trying to wrap up a cycle, and you've learned some very valuable lessons here, some spiritual lessons, grown very spiritually here through this cycle with all of these sevens here. Show me Five of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. We have the Moon card. Anything else? Anything else? That's quite a few, but I'm going to just read them. We do have the Wheel here. So again, wrapping up a cycle. Something during the cycle, you've had to have a lot of strength, okay? You've been suffering, carrying a lot of heavy burdens here, feeling overwhelmed. But you've had to maintain some strength and some courage and even a bit of control when it comes to the things that you say to others, the challenges and the conflict surrounding whatever this is. And you know, this Page of Pentacles is also about acquiring new skills. So I feel like you've acquired a new way of listening to your intuition. But again, this could also indicate the I'm just going to leave those out. The secrets, the things that were hidden from you with this deception, okay? With that deception and envy, and with that Seven of Swords coming out, someone keeping something from you, someone wearing a false mask. But this is also, again, learning a new way of controlling even your own ego, controlling yourself, and having discipline and structure when it comes to listening to your intuition and being guided through this suffering, whatever this suffering has been for you. Let's look at disruption. So some type of tower moment here, okay, that kind of woke you up to the reality of what's been going on around you with a particular person, within a connection, within a family unit, or just in life in general, like different circumstances coming up to show you how perhaps there's been this need to learn a different way of fighting your battles, okay, with that Five of Wands, to what I'm trying to say, to address your challenges in a different way. Show me disruption. Excuse me. So we have Ten of Swords, some type of painful ending, something ending painfully here, definitely wrapping up a cycle. Excuse me, guys, let me get some water. Wrapping up a cycle here where you have definitely learned some really hard lessons. Again, you've had to suffer in silence. You've been suffering silence, and maybe you need to be trying to lean on your friends and or family or loved ones a bit more with this Ten of Cups coming out. But definitely wrapping up something that's been very painful here. Ten of Swords. Some type of cycle where there was deceit, jealousy, envy, maybe someone trying to use you for money again. Just a lot of drama and conflict. That Five of Wands. And now it's put you in a position where, again, you're having to choose a path. This is the patience and planning, choosing a path. Having patience through all of this to figure out, what's the path that you're going to go down with this Two of Wands, and having to detach your emotions from it with the King of Swords and have some type of strategy, because the King of Swords is very forward thinking. He's very intellectually, he's very smart, intelligent in that way, and is able to think towards the future in a very logical way. So you're detaching your emotions from all of this burden, from all of the drama, from the deceit and the envy, the lies, the pain, and really just take a step back and look at what path that you're going to go down, and use your logic over your heart space. Let's see what else we get for this. Seven of Swords. Yeah, someone was very sneaky. This is also having a strategy too with the Seven of Swords, but someone was very sneaky in a situation, very deceptive, causing a lot of pain, a lot of burden. This could even be someone who came into your life, or a situation that presented itself within your life that just it could be co-workers. It doesn't have to be a romantic connection. It could be a family member or a friend, but you really being I guess the wool being taken off your eyes and disrupting things. This is realization. It's like a tower. The tower is a sudden realization of what's going on around you, that something just wasn't on a firm foundation, and so you're really starting to see the people around you, the circumstances around you, where the wool has just been pulled over your eyes, and now it's been pulled off, and you're no longer interested in being a part of any of that with the Four of Cups, and you're wanting some forward movement here. You're trying to get the hell out of Dodge with that Eight of Wands. And again, for some of you, it's about being single, stepping away from a marriage, some type of long-term commitment perhaps, or just being in a connection with someone that you thought was going to be your happily ever after, and just being single, independent, and really self-sufficient. Definitely like a marriage situation for a lot of you. Four of Wands, family situation. So let's take a look at the obstacles and challenges. Lots of obstacles and challenges when it comes to this. That's a 5, which indicates change. We do see the change happening. You're transitioning and culminating through a new cycle, or ending a new cycle in order to start a new one. and you're taking with you some spiritual lessons that, you know, you really can't put a price on. Show me obstacles and challenges. Justice. Yeah, for some of you, it's about settling karma. For others, it's about a marriage, even. Justice. Things needing to be fair and harmonized within a situation, within a connection. High Priestess and you really being guided by your intuition. Okay, using your intuition, knowing that, you know, beyond these obstacles and these challenges, throughout this suffering, having to have suffered in silence, you're having patience, because the High Priestess doesn't speak. She listens to her inner voice, to the guides, to some type of higher spiritual wisdom, and doesn't speak, and just being guided intuitively, knowing that, you know, you have to have a degree of patience and planning on your next step before you take some sort of leap of faith. Okay, you're taking the time out with the Four of Swords to really rest, to, you know, recuperate from all of this bullshit basically that you've had to go through, but it wasn't in vain. So the ancestors want you to know it's not in vain. You're going to be stepping into a higher level of being able to depend on your intuition in a way maybe that you weren't prior. Okay, and that is part of karma. And the thing about karma with this Justice card is, you know, sometimes people do us wrong, but, you know, you don't know what type of contracts you make in previous lives, where in this particular life you have to settle that karma. And sometimes we get what we would see as the messed up end of the stick, you know, the short end of the stick, but essentially it's putting you on the path of where, you know, Spirit wants you to be in gaining certain lessons, and certain patterns, thought patterns, behavioral patterns within yourself are certainly realized with this, you know, disruption. Sometimes things have to be disrupted in order for us to kind of see, okay, what I've been doing has not been serving me, and so now it's time for me to be thinking towards the future, doing it a different way. Okay, let's get a couple more messages on that, and then we'll wrap it up. What other messages do we have for the fire signs when it comes to justice and the High Priestess? What are the messages? So we have the Two of Swords in reverse and the Nine of Wands in reverse. So I feel like this is, you know, with these obstacles and these challenges, the Justice card and the High Priestess, this is, you know, saying no longer are you going to be in this state of indecision. Okay, you're going to step out of being indecisive about what you're doing here. You've been thinking towards the future. You're detaching, using your logic when it comes to a certain situation where there's deception, there's jealousy, envy, a lot of strife and drama associated with a person or a situation, and you're no longer going to be in this fight. You're like, you know, I'm done. I'm putting these wands down, because when that 9 progresses to the 10, it becomes overwhelming, and we saw the 10 of Wands there earlier under the deck. So it's like, you know, I'm going to use my intuition in this thing, and I'm not going to be, you know, feeling like I'm sad and depressed over this any longer. It is an ending here when it comes to a lover situation, a choice. It's a choice that you have to make, and you need to be using your intuition. The High Priestess out here twice, using your intuition on moving on, and you're going to do that. Okay, you're going to do that. You're going to arrive to the truth with that Ace of Swords. You're going to have mental clarity, and you're going to take all of what you've learned with this Six of Swords, have some forward movement after you've had this time for patience and planning, and get into the truth. But you've got to use your intuition. For a lot of you, again, it is some type of connection, a karmic partner, or, you know, a marriage, or some type of connection that you've been in that it's time to walk away from. It's time to make a choice. The ancestors want you to know that your intuition is talking to you, and you need to be listening to it. So that's what I have for you, my loves. I do hope it resonates. If it does, go ahead, like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you can get some more messages. And I'll see you next time, fire signs. Peace.